Our first topic tonight is transport, so please start to add and like questions on this topic now. And welcome to Gemma Graham from the London Borough of Bromley, who will ask our first question. Gemma.
Hello, thank you. I would like to ask Sadiq Khan, with the introduction of the ultra-low emission zone in outer London since August, having an impact on the public's financial and social freedoms, what is your plan going forward if you are to be re-elected as London Mayor in May? There's been a lot of talk of paper mile coming. Is this something that is in the pipeline, please?
Thank you very much, Gemma. Thanks for getting us started tonight. Over to you first, Mr. Mayor, then we'll go to Assembly members.
Thank you very much, Gemma. It's lovely that the first calls from outer London, really important priority for City Hall. So look, the decision to expand the ULEZ to outer London was a difficult one for me to take, but I think the right one. None of us would put up with dirty water, so why dirty air? And we know the difference the ULEZ has made to central and inner London. It's reduced toxicity, air pollution in central and inner London. And we know that no level of exposure to air pollution is safe. The good news is now 19 out of 20 cars seen driving in outer London, that's 95% are compliant. So don't pay a penny, but see the benefits of cleaner air. At the same time, we're improving public transport in outer London. So the short answer to your question is there are no plans. I do not intend to. I will not introduce paper mile in outer London or any other part of London. There are other things we are going to do, though, to carry on making progress in relation to cleaner air and to reach net zero carbon as soon as we can by 2030. We're going to carry on having more electric buses. We, at the moment, have more electric buses, zero emission buses, than any city in Western Europe. At more than 1,300. We're going to carry on accelerating the progress of electric buses. The Superloop is fantastic. The plan is for 9 out of the 10 to be rolled out over the next couple of months by spring. The final one will open when the Silvertown Tunnel opens. We'll be introducing more buses in outer London. The plan is for an additional 4 million kilometres of more bus kilometres in outer London. We'll invest more in that. We're also going to invest in public transport. We have the Elizabeth line now serving outer London. We've got the extension of the Barking Riverside. We've got Northern Line extension going to parts of Wandsworth. We want more investment. So you'll be seeing me lobbying for the Bakerloo line, lobbying for the DLR and London Overground, but also lobbying, more importantly, for more investment in public transport in outer London.
For the motorists, because some of us can't, my partner's a tree surgeon, he can't take his tools on public transport and it's costing him every day to go to work to earn the family money. What's going to happen to people that can't use this public transport?
Yeah, great question, Gemma. So what I did in my budget just a couple of weeks ago, which was opposed, I'm afraid, the Conservatives voted against it, is I put another £50 million into the scrappage scheme. So we now have £210 million in that scrappage scheme. Every single Londoner who has a car is eligible to apply to the scrappage scheme. If you've got a van, if you are somebody who works in a charity, you've got a minibus, you're able to apply for the additional money we've got in the scrappage scheme. It's now £210 million. I'd encourage your partner, your husband, to, if he's still driving a vehicle that's non-compliant, and the £12.50 is obviously an expense to him, apply to the scrappage scheme. There's still a lot of money left in there, so you can make the transition to get a vehicle that's compliant, so you don't pay a penny more. The good news, as I said, is 19 out of 20 vehicles now seen driving in outer London on an average day. 19 out of 20 are compliant.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. We have an indication from Assembly Member Fortune.
Thank you, Chair. It's a couple of things I want to pick up on there. The online format here means that none of these questions are a surprise. All these questions were sent in 2 weeks in advance, and these questions have been structured. So that's part of the nature of driving it online. Another thing I want to pick up on there is where the Mayor said that the Conservatives opposed the Mayor's budget. We did indeed, because that budget contained the continuation of the expanded ULEZ zone, which is hurting businesses like your partners, Gemma. It's worth noting that the Conservative amendment put forward 200 extra million pounds to help with policing, which would have a huge impact on some of the trouble that Outer London's having. And the Labour Party opposed that. But enough of that. The interesting thing there is about air quality. There's an independent assessment which looks at air quality and the impact that an expanded Outer London ULEZ will have. And that independent impact assessment states very, very clearly that there will be limited to no improvement in air quality. So the expansion of that ULEZ zone is doing exactly what Gemma highlighted there. It's not cleaning up the air, but it is hitting small businesses, it is hitting families, it is hitting charities, it is stopping them going around their business, about their business. This expanded ULEZ zone starts to stop creating revenue in a couple of years. Why? Because businesses will go out of business, there'll be a natural attrition rate of vehicles, etc. That's why there's a project going on at the moment to bring in-house all the different congestion charging models, the congestion zone, the lower emission zone, the ULEZ zone. Part of that remit, when it was first set up, was to create a structure that could, at some point in the future, have distance user charging models. It was part of the remit when the project was set up. The Mayor says that he won't introduce this. I would refer you to a question that my colleague Keith Prince asked the Mayor early in 2021, where he asked him explicitly, do you intend to expand the ULEZ zone to Outer London? And the Mayor's very clear answer was no, I do not intend to. That is not my intention, that's not what I'm going to do. Essentially what he just said about the paper mile road user charging method that he's going to bring in. It's clear. There's no impact, there's no positive impact on air quality with the expansion to Outer London. It's a huge revenue cash cow. And when that runs out, because people have gone out of business, the only and logical process that will come in there is what the thing was set up for in the first place, which is a distance user charging model.
Thank you, Assembly Member Fortune. I've seen no other indications from Assembly members on this question.